it says I got that achievement December 15th, 2012 at noon.
Well, we are alive, and so far things are fine. If things go down the toilet, we will just continue streaming and manually upload this to YouTube where people can watch it.
Alright, so we did normal, let's do hard.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. First of all, this is RockMan and Ratmus, everybody.
And Sadie.
And Sadie.
Whistled.
Where's Chad? They're dead. So in the last two streams, you beat Silent Hill 3 on normal, apparently, right?
Mm-hmm. I really, took a lot of more damage than I should have. Look at our great outfit in this.
What is going on with these graphics?
It's pronounced graphics. Oh, wait, that's what you said. She's totally sexy girl Shumatsu already.
She's 100% sexy. Wait, how old is she again? 300 years old?
17. Wait, 24. 31.
87.
What a nightmare. I was at this frickin' amusement park. Oh, wait, because this isn't a new game. We don't get to do that shit.
In fact, what did it say? Extra new game plus tasty crispy?
Mm-hmm.
This is how, normal girls wear.
Yes, back in 2003 or whenever the fuck this game came out. Where's Douglas?
Douglas! Oh yeah. Copyrighted music that started the game. Look at that phone receiver.
Dad, it's me.
Bob, we had a baby, it's a boy.
Sorry I didn't call sooner.
Remember that time Ditko was like, make believe, but just insulted your mama.
No, but I remember that time he threw a stool at a chalkboard.
Not the stool some people might think of.
Okay, I will. Me too.
Was she talking to the Harry Mason?
Yes. What's up, bitch? You should, if you're calling collect, you should frickin'
You need to dial 1-800-COLLECT.
So we can skip this.
I was looking at her costume. I should, talk like the guys from Off-World Interceptor on PlayStation. I was just looking at her. Sadie's like, what the hell are you doing, RockMan?
Mall toilet, everybody.
Look at those save files, everybody. Oh my god, I fucking hate it when Twitch does what? What's it doing? It's showing you 87 ads so you can't even hear me.
Hey, jerk, be like, well, give me $5 and frickin' sub, asshole.
Can you please, stop this generic 90s music game? Oh, it's 2003.
It could still have 90s music,
It could, if it was lame. I mean, I ask you, who in 1993 was listening to 80s music? Certainly not Jason Priestley.
Got all these outfits too, apparently.
What happens if you put them on? They'll look stupid. 100% independent PlayStation magazine.
You know, like I think you earn these codes maybe from PlayStation Magazine or something, but obviously in the age of online, you can just look online and put them in there. Oh, what the fuck? Charlie Brown now.
Fucking Twitch. All right, well, hey Doom. After all that nonsense, you know, like Ratmus said, he's got all these weird like costumes from PlayStation Magazine, but this is the costume we care about right here, right?
Mm-hmm. There's no streak up.
100% sexy and 100% stupid.
100% stupid. Hi, mama.
And a dog just fucking ran into Doom's room.
Was it Sadie?
A dog just ran into my room. No, they'd say he's laying down somewhere.
Abby's pissed.
Abby is pissed. Almost as pissed as Doom is at those ads.
I don't think it equips that gun automatically. We have the unlimited submachine gun too. What? Maybe she does have the gun out. Okay.
I can't see shit because it's so dark. Alright, when do we get a chance to kill an enemy for the first time?
I thought I could fire the gun already, but because I think it's just like firing without anything equipped, right?
Don't ask me, I don't know. Did she say she hates clothes?
Yes, even though she's got tons.
Yes. A typical girl. Did you see the henshin scene, or did the dog make you miss that? Alright. So, we got this costume. Now, do you remember what exactly unlocked this specific costume?
Well, this costume was a password.
You needed the password?
Mm-hmm. But I'm not firing the beams, so I'm like worried I don't want the heather beams from this save. Like I picked it.
Picked the wrong save and the wrong week to quit drinking?
So like I'm waiting for an enemy, and then if not, I have to reset.
To unlock the Heather Beam, you have to kill a total of 333 enemies, not all in one game.
Okay, I don't think I have it.
Uh-oh.
Okay,
There's no reset button, you just press the power button once. So,
no, that should be the right memory card.
when did... I don't know how this works.
Of course. And I would think it'd be that memory card. Let's just see what it's.
I think that memory card doesn't have any save other than the one that you played it on last week.
Okay.
remember which memory cards have saves and which ones don't.
Sufficient space.
It says in order to beat 333 monsters, you could get the perfume item, which makes enemies smell you and attack you. The sexy beam is a more powerful version of the heather beam. The code for the transform costume can be obtained by beating an extra new game or by looking up a list of costume passwords. While she is wearing the transform costume, Heather becomes the super being Princess Heart, and her heather beam becomes the more powerful and impressive sexy beam. Yes, as we know. This is what we want.
Any type of revenge.
Note that the use of the heather or sexy beams are necessary to get the secret revenge ending.
Okay, so like this one had the revenge, so
You would have had to have had it then. Costume passwords are obtained in a number of ways. Some are special promotional passwords that you can only get from certain websites, magazines, or strategy guides. Others are unlocked by meeting certain criteria in the game. At least one is obtained by trying to solve a ridiculously difficult riddle in an extra new game. Below is each costume that I know of and how to get it or where the code comes from. And as Ratmus said, it's all like case sensitive and everything.
okay, I think I got it because she has that weird aura.
Transform costume, in parentheses, Princess Heart. This wacky costume comes from a long-standing Japanese tradition of putting spunky young girls into sailors' costumes and turning them into superheroes. This one comes complete with a crazy transformation sequence every time you unequip it and re-equip it. In addition to looking snazzy, this costume also has a practical use of changing the heather beam into the more powerful sexy beam.
You can just skip it. See?
That's fucking obvious, person who wrote this fact, but yes.
But yeah, because she's got the strange aura, that means it's right, so.
Okay, well, for entering the code Happy Birthday, you get the Heather shirt. Have we seen that? That's a great sexy beam.
Gamer Pro shirt.
IGN.com, wow. Golden Rooster.
I guess I don't have that.
Heather shirt, there it is. So if you enter the code Happy Birthday, you would get the shirt that she's wearing right now. Whoopity-doo.
Unlimited submachine gun.
You have a Don't Touch shirt?
Maybe.
So that's the Heather beam. As we saw, the sexy beam is more powerful. The Blockhead shirt is a special shirt awarded to pacifists. The Don't Touch My shirt can be found in the women's locker room. God of Thunder shirt. The Golden Cock shirt. Oh, the comic, yeah. Yeah.
Let's change back.
Yes, I have the thing that we're going to unbox. We're going to try to do it later and hope that DK's here. But let me finish skimming over the costumes, see if there's anything else interesting. You get the Game Pro shirt by entering the code PROTIP, which you found in Game Pro magazine. So interesting that when they made this game, gaming magazines like Game Pro and official PlayStation magazine and Game Informer, that's where people got their codes and everything and information, not from the internet. So amazing that the game would make these codes specifically for that, and then give them to the magazines, each one to have their own specific code. Kind of like today, how like, oh, you pre-order from GameStop and you get this fucking thing, but if you pre-order from Amazon, you get this fucking thing. Matador, an official PlayStation magazine from Spain. You get a specific shirt for that. GameSpy.com, yeah, IGN.com, yeah, we saw all that. Like,
Got the map.
Douglas, King of No Pants. If you punch in the Konami code while extra new game is highlighted on title screen, then select your action riddle difficulty levels, you will hear Heather make a strange noise. Now start the game. Whenever you see Douglas in this game, he is not wearing a shirt or pants, just his boxers, ties, hat, socks, shoes, and
I've done
trench
that
coat.
before.
Disturbing. Why would you want that? Because you're a woman who's extremely sexually attracted to Douglas, which means there's something wrong with you. Alright, anyways. When I said I told Doom there was a lot to unpack with this comic strip. I'm probably overselling it. Alright, so this comic that Ratmus made, the only title is Summer Movie Preview. And it's basically like, it's supposed to be like the story of Silent Hill 3 if it was told in an extremely generic like trailer for a summer blockbuster action movie, right? With all the cliches and tropes of a summer blockbuster action trailer for a movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like where it's narrated here, Ratmus has written text, with the boxes, like it's supposed to be narrated by like the movie phone guy, right? So it's supposed to be like, in a city where crime runs rampant, right?
Yes.
Okay, so it starts out, in a city where crime runs rampant. It just shows criminals stealing stuff. Justice has been forgotten. And then so it's I guess a criminal calling on the phone, and he's saying, I've disposed of your assault squad, Mayor. Now nothing can protect your city from me, right? Don LaFontaine, yeah, that's his name. But there is one man, ... And then, so now it cuts to the mayor talking on the phone, and he says, Mayor, oh, sorry, I forgot to tell you. I dispatched a new agent against you. You can call him number 7. So if you remember, like, what was the thing with the number 7 that you said?
That, like, when he said, Stanley's got a new name, number 7.
So that's what made you think that he was a secret agent, number 7, like 007, so this is Stanley. So there's one man who's come to bring it back, and there's a guy with sunglasses and a gun who I assume is Stanley, and he's like shooting a drug dealer. And then in the next panel it shows Stanley again. He's got sunglasses, he's wielding 2 guns, he's got a number 7 stylized on his shirt, he looks like Neo, and he's kicking the crap out of bad guys. Ah, bang, bang. A bad guy yells, stop him. Then the mayor says on the phone, so tell me, would you rather give pain or receive pain? Ha 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 ha, happy birthday! That's totally how it says it, right? So then it cuts back to the bad guy, and he's like, I guess he's looking at live video footage of Agent 7 kicking his bad guy's ass, because that's what it seems like he's looking at, and he yells, kill that agent! The next page, the panel now is literally, there's no picture, it's just text. Hold on to your seat for the greatest action thriller of a lifetime. Stanley Coleman, is that his name?
Yeah.
In his greatest role yet. And there's a picture of him with the number 7 on his shirt and a gun, and he says, it's time to take back the streets. Next panel, high-paced, what does this say, high-paced noises?
High-paced music.
Oh, high-paced music. And then, so there's a picture of him driving a car with a number 7 on it. I can't even describe this car. It's like extremely elongated. He's taking out the trash and breaking all the rules. Okay, so now the next panel says, with Heather Mason as the woman he loves. So it's Stanley and Heather, so he says, no, she says, Stanley, you can't go. Then he says, the world needs me. And then she says, I need you. I can't let you out the door. And he says, I'm leaving. And then in the next panel, all this stuff happens one panel at a time. She slaps him. Then he slaps her. Then they just stare at each other. Then they kiss, and she says, "No, Stanley."
Yes.
I love it. And then more text. He's doing what it takes to get the job done. So there's a picture of some bad guy, and he says, "That man is invincible. He destroyed all our shipments, and now he's coming for you, boss man." So, but then the boss man says, "You know how to stop a number? How? Get an even bigger number." And with Biggie Smoke as Ray Bossman Jones. Yes, there's Big Smoke is in this. An unstoppable force fighting for right, but crime just got supersized. A number 9, 3 number 9s playing. Yes, it's a picture of Big Smoke sticking his head out the car window, ordering a number 9 and 3 number 9s in this comic strip. Yes, it's a crossover now. Now, okay, there's a sign on the drive-thru. I guess it's the name of the drive-thru, but it says, what does this say?
Mac Evil's henchman and sushi. I don't know. Sauce. I don't know.
It's not sus. It's such. Mac Evil's henchman and such or something. We can't really read it. Yeah. Okay, so the last page. Next panel is Stanley, and he's surrounded by masked bad guys, and he says, "Let me guess, the Backstreet Boys? Why couldn't it be the Spice Girls? This summer's greatest action thriller." This next panel might be one of my favorite panels in this whole thing, and possibly of all time, that Ratmus drew this next panel. At the top it says, "High-paced action music," and the picture is Stanley in front of a ticking time bomb, and it looks like he's rolling up his sleeves, and he says, "I ain't got time to bleed, this bomb's about to explode!"
Yes.
And it's written just like that. I love it. Next panel is literally a picture of Heather, and she's dressed in this Princess Heart, outfit that she has right here, and she's pulling a gun on an enemy and shooting him, saying, "Nobody takes my man." Next panel cuts back to Big Smoke at the drive-thru. A number 11, 2 more number 9s with Sprites. Next panel is Stanley giving his keys to a valet, except the valet is Pyramid Head. And he just says to Pyramid, "Yeah, I had a 2003 Jetta," and just gives him the keys. And then the next panel is the mayor walks into a room with a group of children, and there's a banner that says Tom's 13th birthday, but the mayor comes in holding a present and says, "Happy 87th birthday!" Yes, this is the panel right here.
Yes.
And then it finally ends by saying, "Stanley Coleman is ... And it shows a picture of him again with his number 7 and gun, cool wind effects on his hair. Agent number 7 in theaters July 19th.
Good times.
And thus the legend was born. And that is the comic that Ratmus drew. We don't know when, because he didn't write any kind of date or anything on here. All right, so the main thing that we need to worry about for now, well, I mean, if you get stuck and don't know where to go, is one thing, but then you have to kill, 30 enemies?
Yeah.
How many enemies have you killed so far?
Like 5 or 6.
All right, so
I'm killing every enemy I see, but I've taken some hits too, which sucks.
does that matter for the ending?
Getting a lot of handgun bullets I don't fucking need.
I've taken a few hits, but I'm okay. So yeah, I hope that either DK is watching the past broadcast, or maybe he's lurking or going to be lurking later. But I hope maybe DK got to hear that story as well. I don't know anyone else in the world who would find that comic interesting. So once again, if you're watching this on YouTube and you didn't watch any of the previous parts of Ratmus beating this game normally, we are borrowing this copy of Silent Hill 3 for PS2 from our friend DK. And he might show up in chat later, he might not, but we thank him and salute him. And we do have something to unbox, and we're doing it today because I think DK will be very interested in it. We'll wait a little while longer before I explain what that is and we do the unboxing. And also, if you're new to my channel, you won't be able to see the unboxing because we don't use cams, so it's going to be a huge letdown and you probably don't care. We will just describe it to you. Alright, meanwhile, what's going on back in the game? Let me see if I can go back to the normal walkthrough.
Because this is on hard mode, the puzzle's different.
Oh god, no. Why did you do hard mode, Ratmus?
And press Doom.
I don't think Doom is impressed by anything other than your comic that you wrote. This is the walkthrough that says... Actually, this might not be the best walkthrough to use for this, because it says if you're allergic to spoiler particles... Yeah, okay, so... Are you in the... You're in the Central Square Shopping Center, right?
Yeah.
Are you in the regular one, or have you made it to the other side yet?
In the regular one.
Okay. You're solving the puzzle in the bookstore to exit, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, do you have like a difficult puzzle walkthrough in front of you?
That's what I
Okay.
looked at.
Claudia. Alright, well, another thing interesting that I could tell you, Doom, is that you remember the package that Quack sent me with those Ritz crackers in it? And I opened that package and box and whatnot. So I took that box and I mailed my Christmas presents, or our Christmas presents, to Song in that same box. And then Song opened it up, got her presents out, and then she wrapped up my presents to me from her in the same box and sent the same box back through the mail. It's in the mail right now. So I told Quack, and I was like, hey, we used your box, I sent it to Song, she sent it to me, and yeah, like, that's what Quack said. He's like, that box gets around so much it's a slut, because somebody sent him that box, so it wasn't even a box that he had, it was already being sent around before it came to him.
Box is a race gene.
Whoa. Quack said Captain Planet would be proud, so I found that GIF.
Radio. So now I think we're in the other.
Yeah. Now you're in the other side. You can see what's going on here. You can kind of see on stream because it's brighter on stream. Are you killing evil dogs or something? There's no way to like pause and see how many enemies you've defeated so far,
No.
right? So you're just keeping count in your head, right?
Can't see shit.
Well, look at the stream. It'll be brighter on stream. I turned up the brightness a little more. Okay, so in this area, what is the goal?
6.
flashlight, bleach. Hanger, bulletproof vest. Are you watching all those episodes of Bleach, the anime, Ratmus?
I've watched them, but like, did it come back?
I think there's a new reboot or continuation, yes.
6.
Flashlight in the storage room to the left of the top left women's restroom.
Okay.
I didn't know anything about that, Doom. I mean, Inuyasha had Inuyasha Final Act, and that ended it. Yeah, like, it just... Ratmus's television right now is just a black screen. Nothing but black, and the little yellow balls on her head. Complete blackness, and the brightness is maxed in the game. And, like, compare that to the stream, to OBS. I mean, Ratmus is watching on a stream delay.
Yeah.
But if you look at OBS, so, you know, you can see in real time here.
So I need to go.
Just noises. I don't see any enemies in this hallway. Are we looking for the flashlight?
Yeah.
Storage room to the top left of the top left women's restroom.
I think that's this. But yeah, it's so freaking dark.
Doesn't look like there's anything useful. You can read the text.
Romance novels. Oh, this is a save point. Boruto. So maybe we can left.
6.
Seeing enemies. Oh wait, there's an enemy. Yeah, the television is complete blackness, other than the sexy beam going off with purple. And even if even looking at OBS with the brightness turned up, the dogs are the same color as the floor. Like, what the hell?
Okay, I think I was supposed to find the flashlight back there. But once I do, I'll be able to see shit.
I don't know, because it says in the storage room to the left of the top left women's restroom. Where's
Oh, that one there. So okay. So if it's all the way there, then yeah.
So you shouldn't even be going in here without the flashlight, clearly.
No, I have to go through this shit to. Well, like I don't see where the fucking door is.
To your right. Here.
Okay.
Look at the map.
Yeah, like I have to go through this area. Now I can go north and then get up to that one. Okay.
Sexy.
See, like he should have died.
There's two of them. One of them's dead, and the other one is not.
Sexy bee.
Left is a door.
I think this is the storage room.
So Doom was jealous of our Giordano's pizza that we had for lunch, right?
Jelly.
Oh, there's your flashlight. Bleach is in the top left women's restroom. Why does this not like kill every enemy in one hit?
Yeah. Died again.
Sexy death.
Okay, because I missed the door for it.
You have a working stove and oven. Well, that's good because I thought you initially said that it was going to be totally broken for your Christmas dinner or whatever. Or what about that gas leak?
Gas. Okay, we got the bleach.
Remember at Ratmus, like, didn't your stove break and then your landlord installed like a worthless, most
Yeah, it doesn't even
crappiest?
have a digital like readout on
And
it.
do you still have that crappy stove?
Yeah.
Hmm. Well, hopefully everything's fine now, Doom. And hopefully you got air fryer mode on that thing. There's at least two dogs as well as one of those giant fuckers right in front of you.
And I died.
Whoa.
It's okay. It's got progressive difficulty or whatever the fuck it is.
You're the idiot who played it on hard. We just wanted to get to the ending, but no, you wanted to impress Doom.
Yes.
We have to stop at 5 o'clock because we need to continue watching our show and eating even more pizza.
A full health heal. That's good.
So we'll tell Doom all about air fryer mode, right?
Mm-hmm. In all range mode.
Oh, it's I'm getting a special package today of a special Japanese Kit Kat. If it arrives in time, Ratmus and I will try it. Key. I'm trying to find something that I bought on Amazon twice and I can't find it. I don't know how much Doom is going to be using that air fryer, but like, generally if I buy something and it has like instructions for like, this is what you do for an air fryer, I follow those instructions and see if that works. But then like sometimes the thing just has conventional oven instructions and doesn't say air fryer instructions. So like, I'll give you an example. Is like, let's say there's a package of nuggets, and it says conventional oven, 400 degrees, 20 minutes. So basically, if I want to change that to air fryer, what I normally do is I just drop the temperature by 25 degrees. So like I'll say air fryer mode 375 instead of regular 400, and do it for the same time. Usually that seems to work. But, you know, your mileage may vary. You know, it takes a lot of trial and error figuring out how your thing works. Yeah, but there's something on Amazon that is really helpful that I've bought before that I can't seem to find because Amazon is being incredibly stupid right now. Oh, fuck. Here it is. Because like when you have a normal air fryer, you know, it's basically like something the size of a rice cooker that has a basket in it, and you just put the food into the basket inside the air fryer, and you just cook it. But when you have an oven that's a regular convection oven that has air fryer mode, if you really want to use the air fryer mode and air fry something, then you have to have it in one of those baskets with the holes in it. And so this is what, I think Ratmus bought one of these off Amazon, and I bought a second one off Amazon, so that I have two of these baskets. And so like anytime I'm cooking something frozen, like chicken nuggets or mushrooms or, I don't know, waffle fries or something, and you want to use air fryer mode, we put it just into this basket thing. And then so like another thing of the air fryer is you don't really have to turn, like what it says, oh, like turn it over in the middle. You don't really have to do that because the air fryer is going through the holes and it's going all around the thing, and that's how it's supposedly cooking it faster or whatever. Like, I haven't really, you know, noticed a difference. Like, am I going to sit here and tell you that, like, oh, I cooked nuggets in air fryer mode and it's so different from convection oven mode, it's like, you know, monumentally different? Like, no, it's not. It's really not, I don't think. But, like, I guess the only advantage is that maybe it cooks faster. You don't have to turn it over because the heat is going through the basket. So, yeah, I don't know. Just something to think about. You may never use it, Doom. I don't know how you're going to use your thing. Maybe your mom will use it. But that's what I do. I actually found a new brand of frozen chicken nuggets that I really like. It's called Pilgrim. They are thicker and juicier than the previous nuggets I was getting, and also there's like more of them in a package. They have regular and hot and spicy, and I actually didn't like the spicy ones. I like the regular ones. Here's a picture of what they look like. Yes. Yeah, I don't think you cook chicken nuggets in an air fryer as often as I do. Because
Get on my level, Doom.
I'm a terrible cook. I'm lazy. I can't do very much, and throwing chicken nuggets in an air fryer basket is very easy. Anyways, all right. So where were we in this thing? Did you get the bulletproof vest? Did you get the bleach?
Yeah.
Okay. So have you taken the escalator up to the 3rd floor, and then you can?
Okay. So
3rd floor. Enter the restaurant, and you get the cooked key. All right, it's 2:30 now. I think I'll give DK like a half an hour to show up, and then I'll start opening these things. Do you need to charge your phone?
yeah.
Mine's at 98%.
Just look at this fucking thing. Jesus.
Hopefully at least 30.
Takes a while to recharge too.
Your phone? All right, so what else do we have to talk about, Ratmus?
Taking a shit is, taking a Kamoshida, then, taking a piss is fighting Gades, right, Doom? And, I have to get up and fight Gades like 5 times, in a night.
What?
You heard me, bitch.
Whoa, DK is here washing dishes. That's definitely a euphemism. All right, well, it's all right. So I won't wait that long. I'll start the unboxing pretty soon. But I guess the only other thing I was going to mention is like RockMan and Ratmus streams, right? Well, today's December 17th. This is the last RockMan and Ratmus stream of this year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because the next time Ratmus comes over, it's going to be New Year's Eve. Okay. New Year's Eve, obviously, Ratmus and his girlfriend are coming over, and we're having a big New Year's Eve dinner type thing, celebration, because we don't not doing anything on Christmas anymore. So let's look at a calendar. So since Ratmus continues to only be able to come over on Saturdays, the next day that theoretically Ratmus could come over to stream would be Saturday, January 7th, but something tells me that Ratmus is going to be like, oh, I can't come over that day because I got to work or do something for Dad's birthday or something. Or
I don't know what the fuck's going on for Dad's birthday, but no, I should be able to come then.
You think you will be able to come?
Yeah, I'd hope so.
Okay. So Ratmus is saying that he thinks he'll be able to come January 7th. So theoretically, that would be the next RockMan and Ratmus stream. Now, theoretically, what are we playing? Well, I will leave that as a surprise to decide later. On the list we've had for a while now, Mega Man 7 through 10 as a possibility, but there are some other possibilities that could be possibilities of possibilities.
Could be possibly possibles.
So we might want to do something else before you start all those Mega Mans. And yes, I'm leaving it all vague and stuff.
Yeah, this is saying like go get the clothes hanger, get the bulletproof vest. Use your, let's see, exit and run all the way back into the room with the ladder. I don't remember what room had the fucking ladder. Was it like all the way back there?
I don't see anything about a ladder in this walkthrough.
Because I got the hanger.
Oh, wait, hold on. Hanger and bulletproof vest in the boutique.
Yeah.
Go to the bottom left room of the top left area of the shopping center to use the hanger to go up the ladder to second
Okay.
floor.
So bottom left of the top.
Bottom left of the top left area, and yeah, that's really descriptive, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bottom left of the top left area of the shopping center to use the hanger to go up the ladder to second floor. I must have missed that. All right, so if January 7th comes around and Ratmus says, you know what, RockMan, I can't come that day after all, then the next RockMan Ratmus stream would be what, Saturday the 14th of January?
Yes.
But you're hoping for the 7th, all right. That clears that up. All right, well, DK already knows the story, so before he's ready here, I'll start telling the story to Doom, who doesn't know the story. All right, well, Doom, you remember how in the last 2 years I bought for Christmas one of those sealed boxes of Star Trek, the customizable card game cards, and then like in January I opened them up during a RockMan and Ratmus stream just for fun of opening up a box of sealed cards. Well, I kept looking and looking and looking on eBay, and like there are different sets of those cards, and the two that we opened, like the last 2 years, I opened one called Premier and one called Mir. Those are still the cheapest ones to find. Like you look at some of the more rare sets are going on eBay for hundreds of dollars each, but like even the cheapest cheap ones, they cost even more now than they did just 2 years ago when I bought one for us to open on stream. So I was like, I don't think I want to pay more money and open the same box of cards on stream again. So then I thought, and I remembered that back in the summer of 2014, Ratmus and I went and visited his friend Curse down where Curse lives 3 hours south of here. And I don't know if you remember this, but in Curse's town, they have a used video game store. In fact, that's where I got my top-loading NES all those years ago. So it was 2014, we went to this used game store, and not only did they have used video games, but they had vintage toys and also trading cards. And I saw a box of Sliders trading cards, and from the TV show Sliders, and I love the TV show Sliders. And I have a story to tell about this when I bought these trading cards, but let me see if I can find a picture of what they look like to show you. Yeah, here's a picture. That box. So I bought this box in 2014, and I never opened it, by the way. It's still sealed. So, but just recently, a couple months ago, on DK's podcast Discord, DK has a podcast called Nerds, Geeks in the Kitchen Sink, and I'm in their Discord. And DK has been going to this card shop a lot lately, and he's been buying cards and talking about card shops. And actually, this is back in October, he posted a picture and he said that at a local flea mart, he got a box of X-Men trading cards, and he posted a picture of it. And that inspired me to tell this story on the Discord. And what I said was, and this is the truth, a few years ago, well, it was 2014, I walked into a retro shop I had never been to before. Now, wait a second. Is that true? Because I think I was there once before. Hold on, this whole story may be a lie.
Oh, God.
Did I visit Curse once or twice?
I thought maybe just once, but...
Okay, I don't know. Maybe I did only go there once. But, did I go there once? I think I was there twice, but Anyways, so I was in the store and I saw the box of unopened Sliders cards, so I bought them. So I took it to the cashier. This is true. The cashier said it was weird because he had had these cards for years and no one touched them, but then someone had come in a few days earlier and bought a box, and he asked me if I knew that guy. And that's when I was like, well, I wrote that I said, I've never been here before, but I don't know if I live basically, this is not my town. I live 3 hours away from here. I don't know that guy. Whoever the hell that guy was who bought the Sliders cards, I don't know that guy. Like, that's weird. I don't know that guy is basically what happened. But then, so I told DK that I bought this, and I never opened the box. And then DK said, you gotta open them. And I said, not unless I do a big unboxing stream. Besides, what if they are cursed? And then DK said, who would want to curse a box of cards based on the beloved sci-fi hit Sliders? Who? And then we started telling jokes about Stranger Things that I won't go into. So yeah, this story, or part of it may not be true because I might have been to this store twice. But the point is, somebody bought a bunch of cards. I didn't know that guy. The cashier,
I don't know.
the cashier accused me of being in cahoots with some guy I didn't know. Anyway, so we have here a sealed box of these stupid Sliders trading cards. It says, don't leave this world without them. If anyone on YouTube has never seen the show Sliders, or I'm assuming Doom, even if you've never seen the show, you know basically the premise is a guy played by Jerry O'Connell invents a machine that he calls a sliding machine that allows him to slide to different alternate dimensions of Earth, with him and his friends get stuck sliding to a different dimension each week, each episode. They can't find their way home. Hilarity ensues. Then the network destroyed the show. It was canceled literally 3 times, 2 different networks. A whole bunch of cast changes, behind the scenes turmoil. The network was fucking with the show. John Rhys Davies, of all people, Gimli himself, was literally a star of the show, and the producers were such assholes, and they pissed him off so much that he literally quit the fucking show and said, like, this show is garbage, the writing is terrible, I'm leaving. Apparently a stuntman got killed on the show during an episode because of, like, bad safety and bad quality of what was going on behind the scenes. It's crazy how long the show even lasted and how nuts, like, how different of a type of show, like, it kept changing and changing and changing what the show was, and all the sorts of cast changes. And, like, even with all that, like, obviously the show had its problems, but I still like it. Still like the characters. So now, let's talk about another thing. It says Sliders Premium Trading Cards. This was made by a company named Inkworks, and I think it said copyright 1997. So these are originally from 1997. I bought them in 2014. We're going to open them now in 2022. It says that this box contains 36 packs, and each pack has 8 cards in it. So if you do the math, and I know DK hates math, I believe 36 times 8 is 288. So there's 288 cards in here, right? But then you look at the back. Now this is not a customizable card game like Star Trek, the customizable card game. These are just trading cards. These cards do nothing. You're supposed to trade them with your friends. I don't know, look at the card and be like, ooh, this is Quinn Mallory from Sliders. Look at me, I'm cool, I got this card. On the back, it says, guarantee at least one complete set, number 1 through 72, of collector cards can be found in each sealed display box of our 36-count trading card product. Did you hear what I just said? I said that there's 288 cards in this box. But the set only consists of 72 unique cards. So once you get 1 through 72, the rest are all useless. They're all duplicates. I mean, are they worth money?
They're worth giving to your friends.
I guess, but I guess because I'm used to, like, Star Trek the card game. Because Star Trek the card game, like, each set usually had, like, I don't know, there was a difference in the number of sets. Some of them are smaller than others. But I would say, like, each set of Star Trek, most of them had around 150 cards. And the first one had 373. But, like, if you bought a Star Trek thing, you would expect to get that each set would have around 150 different unique cards. And even if you got duplicates of common ones, you can use them because it's a game. You need duplicates. But you don't need duplicate trading cards unless they're worth a lot of money and you want to sell them to your friends and whatnot. I don't know. I just thought that was weird that, like, there's a whole fucking box of 288 cards. Oh, 72. Yeah. All right. Well, I really should. DK is here, so I should get to opening this up right now, right? I remember DK going. The original first season of Sliders, I think it was like a mid-season replacement, so it started in March. The first season only had like 8 episodes or something, 8 or 10 episodes, and that season was really cool. It ended on a cliffhanger, and then Fox canceled it. And I specifically remember, this was when I was in high school, in the cafeteria, sitting at lunch with my friends, and like somehow I found like at least one guy who was really, really, really into Sliders. And we were talking about Sliders and everything Sliders, and just that first season and the cliffhanger and everything. And then I guess through like fan outrage, even though Fox canceled it, they finally brought it back like a year later for the next season. So then finally that cliffhanger was resolved. But okay, I am about to open for the first time ever this sealed box, so listen up everyone. This is the plastic, I'm breaking it right now. Oh shit, it's haunted! I ruined the resale value. This is ASMR. Shh. Oh, I just now realized that it had the price tag still on the bottom of the shrink wrap from when I bought it. And apparently, you guys want to know, I paid $25 for this. And the price tag just fell off.
Now it's free, everybody.
Alright. Shrink wrap is deleted.
Okay.
Ratmus, you'll have to backseat yourself. I opened the package. Sadie thinks it's food.
Sadie. Yeah, you would.
All right, lift up this flap. Here it is. Here are the packs. 36 packs, I assume.
Going to packs, everybody.
Right. I also, I resisted Googling this set to, see what the cards look like. I didn't do that purposely. I don't know what these cards look like. I have no idea. This is blind. Well, let's read the back before I open this. Lenticular cards replace 2 regular cards in packs which contain them. Odds of finding embossed cards, approximately 1 out of 11 packs. Foil Works cards, approximately 1 out of 17 packs. Lenticular Works cards, approximately 1 out of 35 packs. So apparently, even though there's only 72 cards in the set, apparently they have some sort of, rarity based on, there's going to be, I don't know what lenticular means or foil, whatever the hell they're talking about, but they're talking about special looking cards, more holographic, more... the picture looks different or something to make them more rare and more exciting. Are there any signed ones? I'm pretty sure no. Although we do have a signed picture. We do have signed pictures of John Rice Davies, right?
Totally.
And shiny. Well, I should have some Firefly trading cards. Those would be shiny. But yeah, I'm hoping that DK remembers this story, but, we used to go to this convention called Gen Con, and we used to go with Ratmus's friend, who is wonderful, and one year Ratmus's friend decided to go and ask every celebrity to sign a picture to him. When they would say, "What's your name? Who would I make this out to?" He said, "Duff McWhalen." And then one year we got him to, we go up to John Rice Davies, or is it Reese Davies? I'm not sure, but Gimli and Sala. You know that guy. He went up to him and asked him to sign his pictures and write, "Piss off, you fucking monkey," because he said that in the Great White Hype, but he said that he never said that, even though he did, right? Okay, well, here we go. The first card I see is just a group shot. And by the way, I can't remember Doom. Like, I know I said, well, I assume Doom knows about this show. Doom, have you ever seen Sliders? Just tell me right now, have you seen Sliders at all, ever? Also, are these... You know, like I said, this show has gone through so many cast changes. I'm wondering what season this is based off of. It's definitely season 1 or 2, or possibly the beginning of season 3. Okay. So, at this point, there's basically 4 characters. The main guy, Quinn, played by Jerry O'Connell. Then there's the girl, Wade, played by Sabrina Lloyd. Then there's the professor, played by, as we know, John Rhys Davies. And then the African-American gentleman, Clevant Derricks, who plays Rembrandt Brown. Anyway, this first card I see is just a group shot. It's Quinn, Professor, and Wade looking at something, and it says, "We're not in Kansas, Sliders, Season 1. That's great, okay. So it's basically, the first 2 cards I see are just random scenes from Season 1. Season 1, Breakfast at Geniuses. It's a picture of Quinn getting, he's playing a game. I won't bother going into that. What is, okay, this isn't even a real card. This is literally an advertisement. It says official Sliders gear, Sliders cap, Sliders mug, Sliders tee, and then on the back, I guess you can order away to the official Sliders fan club in Glendale, California to get any of these things, which I'm sure totally still exists, plus California sales tax, allow 6 to 8 weeks for delivery. Okay, so DK said it's just going to be production stills, probably. The next card, what is this? I don't even know how to describe this card. It's not a character. It's not a picture from the show. It's not a production still. It's not a screenshot. It's a weird drawing of a head with different pictures inside the brain. And I don't recognize any of these pictures that somebody drew on here. What the hell is this? What does this mean? On the back it says, Narcotica, Sliders Special Number 1. Is this from a comic book or something? It's literally describing an episode called Sliders Special Number 1 that I have never seen or heard of. It must be from a comic book. Yeah, okay, the next one is just a Quinn Mallory dick pic. The next one says Season 2, One Cool Cat, and it's Mel Torme. Yes, Mel Torme guest starred on an episode because was it his son or Tracy Torme was a writer. You guys watch Night Court, you know who Mel Torme is, right? What is this now? Like, again, this is a drawing. It says alternate worlds, and it's, I guess, Quinn being attacked by bees, but it's like a drawing. What is this? Sliders, too cool. Okay, this actually happened in an episode, I think. Okay, and also I was wondering this. I was like, am I going to know which of these cards is number 1 and which of these cards is number 72? This next one is just a picture. This is an actual picture from an episode, but it's 3 people in motorcycle helmets. I don't even know who they are. The number for the card is on the back of the card. Okay, here's another drawing. It's a very stylized drawing of 2 of the main characters, Quinn and Rembrandt. Again, what is this supposed to be? On the back, it says Damnation, Sliders Ultimatum, number 2 of 2. Seems like a comic or something. Yeah, I have you know these plastic sheets that hold 9 cards on each side? I have just enough, like I bought a whole book of these plastic sheets probably 20 years ago for Star Trek cards, and just now I am down to the last 4 plastic sheets, and that is just enough to hold 72 cards. Okay, obviously I'm going to have to go through these fast or whatever. This next one, this last one, is just a screenshot from an episode, whoopity-doo. So that was pack number 1. I just looked at pack number 1. Yes. So I don't know. I guess maybe what I'm going to eventually do is I will take cards 1 through 72 once I find them and put them in order in these plastic sheets 1 through 72. Then I'll take a little picture of them or 2 pictures and I'll eventually post them in Discord. Because this is going to take like probably the rest of the stream for me to open these individual packets, you know, and waste time telling. I can't waste. It's going to take way too long if I look at each individual one and say how stupid it is because they're so stupid. It was guaranteed on the box, Doom. It says Inkworks guarantee that the complete set will be in here. So if it's not, I can literally sue them. Oh, what's that? The company's out of business? All right, here's pack number 2. All right, let's see. Okay, this is a picture from an episode. Next is a picture from an episode. It's Wade kissing a vampire, I think. That's great, right? Mm-hmm. I haven't really even showed these. Okay, here's the same thing where it's like order your Sliders cap from sliders.com or whatever. All right, here's the first duplicate. That screenshot from that episode, whoop-de-doo.
What the fuck?
Okay, here's another screenshot. What the hell is this? Oh my god, okay, I have to describe this to you guys. This is insane. Oh my god. So, as I said, the premise for the first season is they would go to these different alternate universes, and it would be like, what if the Soviets won the Cold War, and now, you know, the Soviet Union controls the United States? Or what if Britain won the Revolutionary War, so England still controls the entire United States up to California, stuff like that. So there was a world where men were second-class citizens and only women were allowed to, like, you know, be president and run everything, and men were the weaker sex and whatnot. And so, like, when they get there, like, the way that they find out is, like, there's a TV broadcast, and it's like, President Clinton did this, but then it turns out it was President Hillary Clinton? Shocking plot twist! But you never see President Hillary Clinton, unless maybe they showed a quick shot of her on the television, right?
Yeah.
This picture is a drawing. This never appeared in an episode. It's a picture of what I assume is President Hillary Clinton standing next to a female pope. On the back, it says, in another photo op, President Hillary Clinton greeted Pope Jane Pauley on the White House lawn to mark the beginning of another century of peace and prosperity. I don't remember this happening in the episode. I don't remember them mentioning a female pope. Maybe they did, but if they did, it was only in passing. Asked where her husband was on this momentous day, President Clinton smiled as she replied, he really wanted to be here, but one of the kids is sick, so he decided to stay home. This is a fucking drawing of Hillary Clinton and a female pope in an alternate world Sliders. I don't know what I was expecting from these cards, but this was not it. This was not even close to what I was expecting. So here is another. This is another drawing. I don't even know what the hell this is supposed to be. It's like 2 maniacs with guns with an explosion behind them. And all it says on the back is, 10 years before the Sliders arrived on this earth, a war broke out, resulting in global devastation. It's like, this was never seen on the show.
They're just making shit up.
They are making this up. And then, like, here is a weird, surreal drawing of just, like, Quinn's head with brains coming out of it. And, like, weird figures in the background. What kind of drugs were these people on when they made these cards? What is this? And like what is this, Ratmus?
It's fucked up is what it is.
These just drawings that have nothing to do with an episode are so surreal. Like, this one has 3 people. In the back, it's Wade, the female character. She doesn't look like herself, but I can tell it's her. In the middle is Quinn, the main character, but he looks evil. It looks like he's got blood on his face and red eyes. Okay. But then in the front is a third person that I don't even know who it's a disembodied head of a person I don't even recognize. What is this? Okay, like, now I really want to, like, find these cards and show you at least the artist renditionings of this, because I cannot believe how wacky, off the wall these drawings are. Okay. Do you need help with the game, or can I keep opening these?
You can keep opening. How I took so much freaking damage there.
Ratmus needs help. He needs to get the revenge ending in the next 2 hours. Can you do it?
I thought it was a UFO ending.
Apparently it's not called the UFO ending in this game. That's what it is in Silent Hill 2.
Okay.
It's just called the revenge ending. I mean, here's a cool picture from an episode. It's Quinn holding a gun in an old west town, and it says Deadeye Sliders Season 2. Okay, and now here's a decent shot. This is like a promotional shot of Quinn and Wade. Not terrible looking. Here's that same frightening picture of the three heads. Here's another just shot from an episode. Pretty nice. Here's a really nice picture of Quinn Mallory, main character. Just promotional shot right here. Okay, now again, this is not a card. This is the Sliders checklist. So this tells you every single card of the 72 card set. So cards 1, 2, and 3, it just says Sliders title card, the first season, the second season. And then cards number 4 through 45, it refers to as episode guide cards. So I'm assuming those are just pictures from an episode. But then you get to 46 and it says Acclaim episode guide. I don't know what that means. These were not episodes. Visions of Alternate Worlds, 55 through 63. And then there's 64 through 67 is a Season 3 overview. So they've got like the first 3 episodes of Season 3. And then 68 through 72, oh my god, wow. So by the way, like I said, there were a lot of cast changes. Well, the first cast change happened halfway through Season 3. So if these cards only take into account from the start of the show to the first few episodes of Season 3, then there's only 4 characters, right? But then on character cards, it says there's 5. So but it says Quinn Mallory, Wade Wells, Maximilian Arturo, Rembrandt Brown. Number 72, the final card of this 1 through 72 card, the final card of this 1 through 72 card set of Sliders trading cards is, I shit you not, the checklist. The checklist of all the cards that I'm holding in my hand that lists 1 through 72, number 72 is the checklist.
That's great. So if you didn't get that, you don't have the checklist?
If you didn't get that, you don't have a complete set and you don't have the checklist. What in the... Oh my god. If I had bought these back in the day, I would be so pissed. Like, if I actually gave a crap about trading cards and thought they were cool, this is a complete waste of money. Oh boy. Blood and Splendor, the Lost Episode, whatever. I've never heard of any Lost episodes or anything like this. More duplicate pictures, more advertisements, more things that creep me out. Same duplicate. That's great. All right, Ratmus, pause this when you can. Because I want Ratmus to get in on the fun of this. I want Ratmus to open up a pack of these Sliders cards. Now Ratmus will get the enjoyment right here.
So here's an explosion.
Here's an explosion, yeah. Okay.
That.
The advertisement, yes. Okay, here's a decent picture of Professor.
A swimming pool.
Them in a swimming pool. Yeah, another picture of Quinn. Another picture of Mel Torme in a cowboy hat singing, playing a guitar. A giant shark. This is a drawing, and it's... Okay, there's two pretty cool pictures of the cast here. But this last one here is a drawing, and it's probably the coolest looking drawing I've seen so far. It's a giant shark about to eat the professor as though he were in the movie Jaws. And they're like, somebody's reaching their hand like, grab my hand, Professor, before this giant shark is going to eat you. This looks amazing, actually. I don't know. Okay. This is actually like something that supposedly happened in an episode, but you really didn't see it, and it didn't look like this. Wow. Crazy. Oh my god. Can I talk to one of the executives from the company Inkworks right now and ask them what the hell they were thinking when they made these? Well, it's like, how do I describe it? Like, because from the back of the card, the description, it says, the melting of this Earth's polar ice caps resulted in rising waters and destructive tidal waves. Here, the city of San Francisco lies hundreds of feet below the surface of the ocean. While the sliders cling to the very top of the Transamerica Tower, enormous shark-like creatures circle below, hoping that dinner won't be too much longer. So this scene actually happened in an episode, but like, it was either the beginning of an episode or the end of an episode. And like what happened was like, you know, they showed us like the piece of this building, and you know, obviously it was filmed in like one of those tanks where they used to film, you know, big water scenes. So like they got this tank, they had a piece of a building, they had the four actors hanging onto the building, and behind them they either had like a green screen or a blue screen or just like a matte painting of the sky or whatever the hell it was, and they had like, you know, bad CGI sharks like just circling below them, but they were like way in the background, and this only happened in the episode for like a minute before they slid on out of there. So like when you watch the episode, you can see them on the building, and you see sharks like very far away. They're just fins. All you see is fins circling the building. So then when I say like it didn't happen this way, in the picture, it's literally like the movie Jaws. Like they got the shark, Bruce, like the giant fucking shark. It's there and all over this card in all of its glory, just like about to eat the professor right there. And like I said, that's what I mean by like this didn't really happen this way. Okay, here's a weird picture of Quinn with his shirt off, and he's got some sort of electrodes on his chest, like somebody's electrocuting him or doing some weird sort of medical procedure, and he's very uncomfortable. And the caption at the bottom is, hygienically approved. What? What episode is this supposedly from? Fever. That was the episode, a very early episode, where a global pandemic had killed everyone with a global pandemic. Oh my god. But then, guess what? You know why they had a global pandemic that killed everyone? Because on this earth, nobody had invented penicillin. And so they had to invent penicillin to save them from the pandemic. Okay, moving on. Dinner by candlelight, a famous scene from the first season where Wade and Quinn have a dinner by candlelight, I guess. They think the world's going to end. Here's that same picture of a drawing of him getting attacked by bees. Yeah, like, this is another thing that sort of happened in an episode, like, just for, like, you know, they used to do these things where, like, the episode would start, where they're on this world, and they'd be like, oh shit, this world's terrible, we gotta get out of here, okay, slide, and you never see that world again. It was just there for, like, you know, the teaser or a joke. So, like, in one episode, I think there were, like, giant mutated wasps that were after them, and they were, like, bad 90s CG. And you only saw them briefly, but like this is a picture of, you know, getting swarmed by those bad CG wasps. Here's a good episode from season 3. You remember that one?
Yeah.
this is a picture of the cast, and it's a drawing, but it almost looks like it's based on an actual promotional still. Like the characters look sort of real, but like also uncanny at the same time. Like this is what I mentioned earlier. Like I don't know if I showed this to you, Ratmus, but just look at this and tell me what the hell you think this is.
Yeah, it's fucked up. Repeat the wiggity worm.
And I'm not even 25% through opening the 36 packs. Like, I don't even know if I have time to open all these dumb packs. Mel Torme again. Oh, okay, here's a new one. So, again, I mentioned this is like the alternate world where the Soviets controlled America. And this is something you never saw in the episode, but this is a drawing. It's of the U.S. Capitol building, and there's like Soviet flags everywhere. So yeah, here's again the same picture of Hillary and the Pope. This is, what the hell is this? This is supposed to be the sorcerer version of Quinn. Very strange drawing that, like, if I had never read the back, I wouldn't know what the hell it was supposed to be. Oh, and by the way, like, I recently saw a video of, like, you know, what I mean, it was basically what happened with Sliders. It didn't tell everything, and, like, some of the stuff I already knew about the behind-the-scenes turmoil, but, like, so, like, Tracy Torme, as I said, was, like, one of the main writers and producers, and, like, he was, in the first season, he was, like, heavily in charge of where the show was going, but, like, by the third season, he had quit because, like, he just hated it so much, the studio and stuff, so, like, all this stuff that he wanted to do, they shot him down. Like, for example, in the first season, Ratmus and DK, you might remember, like, there was almost a storyline where, like, back on Earth Prime, the Earth where they originally came from, the government went to this character named Benish, and the government, like, showed them a picture of, like, the professor and Quinn, and the government was like, we found this guy's sliding machine. We want you to tell us what this guy was doing or whatever. Like, Tracy Torme wanted there to be a subplot where government agents from Earth Prime were going to slide after them and be after them. And that never happened because he got shot down. So, like, that was set up, never amounted to anything. There were a lot of other things that were set up, never amounted to anything because of the network meddling, the executive meddling. Okay, so then, like, and then, like, another thing, like, I didn't explain to Doom, but, like, in the first season, a lot of things were, like I said, just simple stories of, like, what if this had happened? But then when you got to the second season and the third season, again, with the executive meddling, they started to just have episodes where it was like, what movie are we going to rip off this week? Oh, let's rip off Jurassic Park. Okay, let's have them go to a world where dinosaurs are there. And, like, not just the fact that there's dinosaurs, but we're literally, the script is ripping off Jurassic Park. And, like, just episode after episode after episode, there's, like, a Mad Max ripoff, a Species ripoff, a ripoff of this, a ripoff of that. It was just like a cash grab. And so, like, that started to really piss off, you know, the actors. But, like, this picture specifically is a drawing of that one of that Dinosaur World episodes. So there's, like, a poacher guy. He looks like Indiana Jones. He's being attacked by raptors or something. Maybe that happened in the episode. Maybe it didn't. Like, again, look at this, Ratmus. It's three guys in motorcycle helmets. You can't even tell who they are. Like, I know what episode that's from. Oh, yeah, so then Ratmus remembers this. The first episode of the third season, they introduced the female version of Quinn, right?
Yeah.
Played by the actress Zoe McClellan, who later was on a couple of other shows guest starring, right? And so she was supposed to be a recurring villain, but the studio shot that down and said, no, she can't be a recurring villain. Why, Ratmus? Because they said she's not sexy enough. Like, wow. First of all, the actress is sexy, but
not enough, clearly.
But like, just holy shit. Like, wow. Hillary and the Pope. Like, let me see if I missed any Bruce, like, well, Bruce was the name of the shark in Jaws, at least the model of it. So any shark that was named Bruce in Finding Nemo was named that after the Jaws shark. Imagine owning these for years and years and never opening them. Well, I don't have to imagine it because I lived it. The kids are going to love our new hit character, Female Pope. Goddamn man. Yeah, there was a vampire episode of Sliders, very goth. I'm sure DK loved that. And yeah, the TV tropes page for Sliders is probably nuts, but it's probably really long because somehow, even though it was canceled many times, the show had 5 whole seasons, and with all of the cast changes and tone changes and everything.
6.
It'll take a long time to read, is what I'm saying. Just like it's going to take a long time to open up these fucking cards. Meanwhile, I can't help Ratmus at all in the game. He's probably struggling.
Himself.
Ratmus is backseating himself, which isn't even legal. I want to know, like, this one card that's the advertisement for the Sliders cap and the Sliders mug and the t-shirt that you can order from the Sliders fan club. This is included here, but I don't think it's one of the 72. It doesn't have a number. Let's just look at this. Weird. Inside a manta.
Inside my laptop. It's locked. Definitely go in here.
Okay, this is one I haven't seen before. It says Wade's Dream. I think it's it might have been something where like a world having to do with dreams or something, where she imagined herself as like a gothic princess on a horse, and that's what it's supposed to be here. Here's another one with the dinosaurs or something. The great picture of Mel Torme singing. Song wants to know, why are you dressed like a 2000s teen going to a space-themed dance?
Because we're sexy Shumatsu or whatever the fuck it is. How are you doing?
Can you show her the transformation, and then she'll know what this is supposed to be? Oh wow, here's some Cro-Mags.
Cro-Mag demand. That's what we're talking about.
Sexy Beam Shumatsu? And what the hell does that mean?
I don't fucking know.
Alright, show her the Sexy Beam attack.
Sexy.
Also, Song, the unboxing that I said I was doing on Discord, I opened up a sealed pack of Sliders trading cards that I've had for years that I never opened, and we're finding out how insanely horrifying these cards really are. But hi, Song, how you doing? So in the game, Ratmus has this special costume and this special attack, and as long as he kills 30 enemies by the time he gets to a certain point, then we will get the special ending that we are going for. Song, have you ever seen the TV show Sliders? We've never watched it together. So I'm guessing probably not. See, I asked Fish and Zoda if they'd ever seen Sliders, and they were like, no. And it's like, the show started in 1995, and like, Song and Fish were basically babies at that point. I don't think they were watching Sliders, unfortunately. Here's a nice picture of Rembrandt. Well, I don't know if this was on purpose, but 2 times I've gotten these cards back to back. And they're the only ones I've seen so far with Cro-Mags. But yeah, DK has seen the show Sliders. I was a big fan of Sliders back in the day, and when I told him I had this unopened box of Sliders cards, he begged me to open them, so I did. Again, at some point, probably later tonight, I will post in Discord a picture of a complete set of these cards, as well as maybe some of the more weirder ones. Okay, here's an episode of somebody pointing a gun at Quinn, just like, it looks like he doesn't even notice. It's from behind. I don't remember this. Okay, here's the Cro-Mag without the other Cro-Mags back to back. Different picture of Quinn, yeah. Okay, here's another alternate worlds drawing. It is a drawing of the Golden Gate Bridge that is half destroyed, and there are icebergs everywhere, because this is, I assume, the ice world. A new ice age. Did the Earth shift on its axis, or did some man-made disaster precipitate a nuclear winter? San Francisco lays empty while the glacier creeps onward. And a weird stylized picture of, I think, Quinn and the Professor, and I don't even know what's going on. There's like a Stonehenge in the background and just a weird red circle at the top of this picture. I don't know what the fuck that's supposed to be. In case you didn't hear DK and Song, Ratmus and I had Giordano's pizza for lunch, and we will also have it for dinner. Should I send a box of these to DK so that he can unbox them live on his podcast?
Totally.
That's totally him and his twin brother, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, so for those of you who don't know Sliders, about halfway through the show, maybe it was in season 2 or season 3, they introduced these creatures called Cro-Mags, and at first they fly around in spaceships, and they're called Cro-Mags, and they look like creatures, and at first you think, oh, they're aliens, right? But no, they're actually from an alternate Earth. They used to be Cro-Magnon man. They evolved differently than humans, Homo sapiens, so they are not technically aliens, even though they look like aliens and they fly around in spaceships. They are the evil Cro-Mags who become the antagonists of the show, and they are the bad guys, right? So they have these alien spaceships, This is not something that happened in an episode. This is, again, an alternate drawing. And remember, these cards are from 1997. These are Cro-Mag ships, and they are destroying buildings of a cityscape. What two buildings can you guess, people in chat, that these Cro-Mags are destroying with their spaceship beams?
Their heather beams.
Yeah, I think you know. Let's see what the back says. The Cro-Mags have been spreading their dominion across the dimensions, and now they're here to take a bite out of the Big Apple. Known for their disgusting habit of eating human eyes, these descendants of parallel evolution were nevertheless welcomed when they promised to solve the housing shortage. Perhaps the humans should have read the fine print. Okay, well, it doesn't say... I mean, how can you not? Yes, so all it says on the back is that they are attacking the Big Apple, and yeah, you guessed it. Do I even need to say it at this point? It is a drawing of Cro-Mag ships literally blasting and destroying the World Trade Center.
Ooh, so holy shit. Alright.
Wow.
Wowie, wow, wow.
Oh yeah, and Song didn't hear this because this happened before Song got here, but there was an episode where they went to a world where men were the quote-unquote weaker sex, and the females did everything. So instead of President Bill Clinton, it was President Hillary Clinton. And I don't even think you ever saw President Hillary Clinton, except maybe for a brief moment on a TV. They were like, President Clinton is Hillary Clinton. There is a drawing in here of Hillary Clinton standing next to a female pope. And again, it's like, some of these are just shots from an episode, some of these are promotional stills of the characters, and some of these are just whacked out weird drawings of things that may or may not have happened, drawn by people who are clearly on all sorts of drugs.
All sorts of drugs, everybody.
All sorts of drugs. I mean, oh my god. Oh my god. Whoa. We've got some sort of a foil card alert. This card is different. It has a special coating. What? Okay, wait, hold, no, it was two cards stuck together. Hold on. The Ancient Cro-Mag Homeworld, 2 of 6. So this is not even part of the set of 72. This is a special thing. This says 2 of 6. The Ancient Cro-Mag Homeworld. This is a special card. It's a picture of a Cro-Mag ship, and then the background is like all in this weird silver. I can't really make anything out if you're supposed to be able to see anything else in the background, but it's like holographic silver coating, something like that. I don't know. That's a special card.
I'm all out of the sexy.
This one says an explosive situation. It's just a picture from an episode. It looks like some sort of car bomb went off and Quinn is on the ground like, oh my god, there's fire. It's all lenticular. So yeah, if I get a complete set of 72 and fill up these plastic sleeves that I have don't have any room for these special lenticular cards. Although I think somewhere I do have like individual card sleeves, so I can put them in there. What is this? It's a shot from an episode. It's just 3 characters looking at something. A bright light is shining on their faces, but the caption says, "I don't have a dog."
Interesting.
Like, that's probably from the season finale, because I think I know what's going on, and there was a dog in that episode. Oh no, wait, it says it's from the pilot. I don't know why it says I don't have a dog. That's weird. Here's a shot of the character played by John Rhys Davies. He looks very weird in this picture. Look at his facial expression.
Yeah.
There's the Jurassic Park. There's the car bomb. Yeah. Okay. What section of the game are you in now, Ratmus? Did you make
The
it
subway.
subway station? Okay, the station. You're not actually on the train yet.
Not yet. No.
Okay. Do you need help with finding where to go?
Let's see.
Did you get the Nutcracker?
Yeah, I just got the Nutcracker. I'm supposed to go to platform 2 or some shit.
Yeah, it says go back to platform 1, head back up the stairs you came down from back to B2, head for the southern platform 2 to use the Nutcracker on the chained gate. Is that the part where like you almost get hit by the train, or is that coming up?
Might be.
I think that's coming up later.
I should have charged my phone.
Oh yeah, that's probably
Okay, I think that's what you wanted me to go.
mine's all charged. I think this phone is on 40%. Sadie wants to eat these cards. Eat those cards. It's a piece of foil, Sadie. There's no food here. Get out of here.
It's melting.
I haven't seen this one before. It's like the characters look they look shocked at the wormhole and like all their hair is being blown back.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I haven't seen this card before. Benish, Mr. Benish.
Yeah.
Ooh, what is this? This is a special. What is this? Hold on.
Not foil.
Again, both times I found a special card, it got stuck to the next card for some reason. Okay, this says Sliders Season 3 Special. 6 of 9, it says on the back. What did this one say? This one says 2 of 6. So this is not like... This is not the same as the previous special card. This one looks different. It's not like... I'm trying to describe how it looks. Like, it's not like a silver foil type of thing. It almost looks like it has a 3D effect. It's a picture of the character Rembrandt Brown. On the back it says from the episode Double Cross. And 6 of 9 because it's Season 3 special. And it almost looks like it's a sort of a 3D effect. I don't know. I have no idea, Doom. Well, what is... Let me go back to the back. Or no. It was on the back of the actual... Each pack. It says lenticular cards and embossed cards and foil works cards and also lenticular works cards. So like, I don't know which one is which. So like theoretically, if those are all different things, all right, DK. Like the lenticular cards could be one thing. The embossed cards could be one thing, the foil works cards could be a third thing, and the lenticular works cards, if I'm reading this correctly, could be a fourth thing. I don't know. And like, I don't know which one is which. Like, looking at this one, the 6 of 9 with the character that looks 3D, like, it doesn't say like, oh, this is lenticular or embossed. If I had to guess, I mean, I don't know what those words mean necessarily, but I would guess that this is embossed and this other one is lenticular. I don't know. I'll have to look into that later. Let me put these in a separate pile from all the other ones. But yeah, I'm not even halfway through the whole box, by the way, so... Here's a nice picture of Wade. Nice picture. What is this? Another crazy stylized version. So this is a picture of the main character, Quinn, and he's holding a gun... And his face looks like he's an insane murderer. There has never been... Yeah. This never happened on the show. He looks like an insane murderer who enjoys killing. And yeah, it says it's from Visions of the Soul, Slider's Darkest Hour. Like, is this a comic book or something? I don't know. I never read any Sliders comic books if they exist, which I assume they do. Yeah. I mean, because, these are alternate universes that they go to, a lot of times they would meet alternate universe versions of themselves, and, a lot of them were evil or different in some way, but I just can't say that I've ever seen one that looked like a crazed killer with a gun like that. Here's another one of the Cro-Mags destroying the you-know-what. Yeah, this was all repeats. Okay, also going back to the Inkworks guarantee, it also says it here. It specifically says at least one complete set, 1 through 72 of collector's cards can be found in each what does this say? Oh, in each sealed display box of our 36 count trading card product. Number 2. All cards, including any randomly packed bonus cards, will be found defect-free, or we will replace while supplies last. Please direct your questions, comments, or suggestions to this address, blah, blah, blah. P.O. Box, or you can email them at their AOL account. So yeah, supposedly, if any of these cards were damaged, they would replace them while supplies last. Do you think supplies lasted?
No.
I mean, these boxes are pretty easy to find. Like, you can go on eBay right now and find these boxes of sealed Sliders cards, and they are cheaper than the Star Trek ones. So clearly, they still exist. And that she lost to Donald Trump. No one would believe that. Hell, I lived it, and sometimes I don't believe it. Here's the classic I don't have a dog card again. This is kind of amusing. This is a picture of an episode, and it's the 4 main characters, and it looks like they're standing in front of like a marina, and they're just standing there, like looking off in different directions, not paying attention at all. But the caption says, "Run for it!" Like, I don't think you're ready to run for it. They're not running.
They're about to.
I don't even think they're about to run. I think if you yelled run for it, they would be confused and fall down, and they would get caught. They're not ready. This is another very weird stylized drawing of the main character's head and just weird things in the background. May have seen that, yeah. Okay, so far I have opened half of the packs in this box, and I have not, like, tried to see if we have every one or gone through the numbers or anything like that. Should I start doing that now, or should I wait till we're done?
Wait till we're done.
Yeah, it might be easier if you helped me to do that anyways, so... So now that the box is empty, I'm going to see if I can shove all of the empty packs into this box to, so they're not all over the place here. Yeah, I think definitely what I'm going to do is, if I can, like, that's another thing, is like, if I wanted to show you one of the cards from Star Trek, the customizable card game, I know a website I can go to that has pictures of every single card, and I can just get a link. I don't know if that exists for these cards, so if I can't find them online, I will take individual pictures of some of the more insane, weird ones specifically, like the you-know-what one, and some of the other weird drawings that like literally blew my mind, and also the awesome lenticular card or whatever it is. I'll show those specifically for sure. Welcome back, Song. Alright, did you make it to the subway train, or are you still...
Yeah, I finished the subway train.
Okay, so you're in the underground passage underpass?
Mm-hmm.
This is funny. It says, in this room are the underpass map on the bulletin board and the mall. I didn't know Darth Maul was in this game.
I think this is killing me slowly.
And softly?
Mm-hmm.
Let me check my email and see if that package was delivered.
Caution, this can kill you. And I'm like, well, great. Shit.
It says it's out for delivery, has not been delivered yet. And I'll definitely have to show Hillary and the Pope. This crazy picture of him with the gun. Oh, here's another possibly embossed. It says Season 3 Special. It's again stuck to a card. So this is a picture from Season 3. It says 8 of 9. So this is one of the ones that looks like it's almost 3D. It's a scene of like the characters being captured by some evil rednecks or something. Here's a picture of the professor, aka John Rice Davies, talking to another character, and the caption is, "We're buds, right?" That's something he would say, right?
Yes.
This one says the buddy system.
Like, I seriously try to dodge every single possible way, and the fucking thing blocked me.
You should have played it on hard. And this is mildly amusing. So the picture is them pulling a body out of a swimming pool. So yeah, what happened in this episode is they come up to the swimming pool. They see that there's like a body floating in it. So Quinn jumps in. They pull the body out, and they find that it's a dead body in the swimming pool. And so the picture is, again, them pulling a dead body out of a swimming pool. The caption is, "Jump right in! Have fun with the dead body!" Grab. Doom, did you ever see the show My Secret Identity from like 1990 where Jerry O'Connell stars as a kid with superpowers? Ratmus, you ever see that show?
Yes.
Yes. We saw a little bit of it.
Help if I had a map for this area.
It would help if you could see the fucking screen. I've seen the movie Stand By Me, but it was a long time ago. I don't really remember it. Didn't you watch it recently, Ratmus?
I mean, I've seen it, but it wasn't really recent.
I thought somebody mentioned it. But yeah, you were talking about, pulling a gun on Jack Bauer or something, right?
Yeah. It was a while ago, though, but yeah.
I don't think I've seen this one before. This card just says Season 1, and it's a picture of the cast. It's card number 2 of the list. And on the back of the card, it has a list of the first season episodes and when they aired. The pilot, the first 2-hour episode of Sliders, aired, by the way, March 22nd, 1995. What were you doing that day, Doom? I was 16, just turned 16. And I was probably, taking the driver's ed class to get my driver's license. The first season finale, so there were, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Counting the pilot as one episode, there were 9 episodes of season 1. And the finale aired May 17th, 1995. And then, like I said, it ended on a cliffhanger, was initially canceled. I talked about it with my friends at the lunch table. We were pissed. And it was later brought back, for better or worse.
So there's 3 pendulums over down here.
How many dusty bookcases are there?
Enter the first door you'll see.
Oh, but I can't see any doors. It's too dark.
Okay, here's a door.
Did you see it, though?
Eventually.
Nothing like Hillary and the Pope, the
Go
classic,
straight from here into the first door.
that classic sitcom. Hillary and the frickin' Pope. Sounds like an SNL sketch.
Sounds like a Who's Line sketch.
Sounds like something we call psychotic. Like, Ratmus, do you remember in that first finale of the first season, they met this guy named Ryan, and he slid with them, right?
Yeah.
Well, apparently, like I said, Tracy Torme, the producer of the show, he wanted that character of Ryan to continue, and he wanted to have a love triangle between Quinn, this guy Ryan, and Wade. But again, the studio or whoever said absolutely not, get rid of him. And so then when it finally got renewed, they said, oh, he ran away.
Yeah.
And I think that they had that guy, they had a dog, and they were like, Ryan ran away and took the dog. Quinn got shot, but
He was better.
he got better. So yeah, by the cliffhanger that I was talking about, Doom, is the main character literally gets shot and is covered in blood. Then the show gets canceled. Then when they finally bring it back a year later, they're like, oh, he was shot, but he got better. Okay, here is another one of these possibly lenticular, silver, holographic-looking cards. This says the Ancient Cro-Mag Homeworld, and it's 1 of 6. So we have 1 of 6 and 2 of 6 of these strangely silvery-looking, lenticular, whatever the hell they are, cards. This one even has a trivia question on the back. Does the other one have a trivia question? Actually, yeah. So, Ratmus, what is Conrad Benish watching on TV when the FBI pay him a visit? Which, as I said, was the thing where it was supposed to be a recurring plot line, but it never amounted to anything. The answer, as I'm sure you did not know, was sumo wrestling. Trivia question number 2. The Sliders find their money worthless in New France. What must Arturo give up to pay for their meal?
His dignity?
His Rolex watch, apparently. Yes. I think Ratmus asked, what he was supposed to bring today, and I said, your dignity? That's just a classic joke that is never overused between RockMan and Ratmus, right?
Yes.
Just like you asking me if disgusting-looking sausages are succulent or not. Well, definitely is. Ratmus is definitely having pizza in the morning and pizza in the evening, I'll tell you that much.
Pizza at the time.
Oh, great. We got another checklist just in case we lost the first checklist. But do you really need a checklist when the numbers are on the back of the frickin' cards?
Protect the numbers.
All right, are you still in the underpass?
Yeah.
All right, what have you gotten so far? Have you gotten the wine bottle?
I got the wine bottle, yes.
Okay, this is where you put like kerosene in it or something? And then you put the kerosene in the machine to activate the hoist mechanism. Are you remembering this?
Yes. Like, this guy is like, don't bother with the frickin' enemies.
But you have to. Especially when you're, even if you've already killed enough of them, you're on hard and you want them the hell dead, right?
Yes. They are not the Hellier whales.
Yes.
That one ain't dead, motherfuckers. Save point, please. That was enough to kill it. Tastes like a lot of food.
Don't worry about me. I'll just open these packs. wonder what, pack of sealed box of cards we'll open next year. Spoilers will all be dead. Oh, here's another Season 3 special card. And as always, it is stuck to another card. Season 3 special. So for the Season 3 specials, we have 6, 7, and 8 of 9. And they are just scenes from Season 3 with special embossing or something that almost gives them a 3D effect or something.
Yep.
Unless, I could be totally wrong about which one is the embossed and which one is the lenticular. I still don't know what those words even mean. I will figure it out later when I Google this more information about this shit.
Google it.
Here, Ratmus, before you start again, you open another pack, Ratmus. Here you go. Nothing but duplicates here.
So you got the duplicates. Some unexpected help.
Yeah, I've seen that, yeah.
Hit him with the crazy gun.
Yep. Yeah. El Torme.
Guns.
You got any of them lenticular embossed cards? No, just crap.
It's not lenticular, it's crap.
It's not linear. Alright, we're down to 2 packs left, everybody. Okay, I'm not even sure if I've even seen this yet, but this is card number 1. It just says Sliders, Inkworks. It's like the most classic promotional shot, probably from the pilot episode of the 4 characters. It just says Sliders, Inkworks. On the back it says card number 1. It just tells what the show is. So I know we got that for sure. Surprisingly, I don't remember coming across that one yet. Imagine if we don't end up with all 72 cards, and I'll have to send an angry letter to AOL, Inkworks at AOL.com or whatever it is.
To CompuServe.net.
Alright, this is it. As I'm whacking this against the microphone so you can hear this, the final pack. Sadie thought it was treats. Spoilers, it's not.
Hey, you want all those treats?
I'll just go into my local Circuit City and complain. Which is funny because Circuit City, do you remember, is welcome to Circuit City, where service is state of the art. There was a Sliders Season 3 episode called State of the Art about robots, right?
It'd be funny if there's one called Circuit City.
Remember that Sliders episode called Circuit City?
Remember I had to work at Circuit City?
Where Circuit City took over the United States. Remember that alternate Earth?
Sure as fuck is not our Earth.
All right, the final pack of cards here. Let's see. Are they all duplicates? Whoa, whoa, whoa. We got something brand new in the last pack, never seen before. It's a completely different one. It says Motion Works, 1 of 2. I don't even remember them saying Motion Works was an option on the back. This is literally, I don't know if this is degraded over time, but it looks like it's supposed to be one of those like really holographic cards where like you look at it and you turn it a bit and it's one character and then the other one appears. But like look at this, it almost looks like it's degraded over all the years and it doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
And like look at like
You better rate those people.
I mean like is this how it's supposed to look or is this like silver stuff degraded over time? I don't know. But yeah, this was supposed to be like a hologram where you turn it one way and it's Quinn, you turn it another way and it's Wade. But I don't even think it works anymore. And on the back, it talks about the actors. It says, Jerry O'Connell, in parentheses, Stand By Me, My Secret Identity, yes, two things that I referenced that he was in, is a recent NYU graduate and longtime science fiction fan. He starred in Joe's Apartment, sharing the screen with 3,500 cockroaches. I do not remember that. But on the Sliders set, Fun's the name of the game. Then Sabrina Lloyd, in parentheses, Chain of Desire, I've never heard of that. Fatherhood, that's a movie that she was in with Patrick Swayze, I think? She played his daughter. She was very young at the time, I think. Sabrina Lloyd knew at age 12 that she wanted to be an actress. Her hard work and unwavering enthusiasm eventually led to her role on Sliders. Now she feels she's the luckiest girl in the world. Well, I bet she feels pretty bad in season 3 when she was forced out by the fucking producers who were sexist as hell and probably treated her like shit. But then she went on to star in such other TV shows as Sports Night and the first season of Numbers before she decided to leave the cast of Numbers. And basically, I think she just quit acting and lived...
She decided at the age of whatever to quit acting and gave her 12-year-old self the finger.
And raise her 12-year-old son. I don't know. So that is the end of these cards that I opened. So I have here in a big pile just the regular cards, and hopefully we have 1 through 72. And then of the special cards, we got one MotionWorks hologram card, one of 2, that doesn't even work anymore. And then of the quote-unquote Season 3 specials, which is a set of 9, we got 3 of those. And then we ended up with 2 of what I'm possibly assuming is lenticular. I'm not sure. 1 and 2 of 6. The front looks very silver-colored. So, yeah, if we want complete sets of these sets, well, then we gotta buy more boxes of Sliders cards. I don't know. Oh, God. Alright, I'm going to BRE.
More walking. Be easier to give your car an oil change, Doom. He's gonna sit. This is just like Twilight Princess, because I don't know what the fuck's going on. I mean, I definitely should have that number of kills at this point. this is the way to go, or maybe that was. Do all those. Does that do the hair dryer? It's weird, it's like the sound dropped out. So is everyone excited for Christmas or what? Next week I work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then I'm going to be gone till the following Tuesday. I'm guessing this is where the hair dryer comes from. Yep. The guide doesn't say where to get this, which is weird. Health items. Get my hair dried. Boing, so be it. Isn't it great, like, as an adult, especially, like, if you have bills and shit, like, you just don't really care about the holidays anymore. Like, all the magic is gone. And all my family that I love to see for Christmas and such is either dead or moved away. You know, like it's just not like how it was, you know. It really was magical when I was younger. Let's go, Joseph.
Alright, I got individual sleeves for the special cards. I've got a plastic bag to take away all of the garbage that Sadie thinks is food. Empty pieces of plastic, Sadie.
Like, I don't give a shit.
I'll eat them.
Yeah, I mean, all dogs have certain personalities and stuff. It's like, she's always trying to eat crap she shouldn't. And we thought, like, oh, she's just a puppy, she'll grow out of it, but no.
She eat all sorts of toilet paper and get sick like Zeus.
Exactly, Lux.
Find someone to trade with, yeah.
Just join an online forum.
I mean, if you were going to, let's say your friend had one of these special lenticular cards and you wanted them, what could you possibly trade your friend? You know, like, none of these regular cards are going to be worth a lenticular card.
That you be like, you know, like blackmail them, like, I won't tell anybody that you trade this stupid shit if you give me that fucking shit.
Give me your complete set of lenticular cards and I won't tell anyone that you care about sliders.
Yes. And like I've heard stories like people that work at wonderful restaurants, like, you know, basically being around the food, they just don't care as much. I think we could do this too.
Whoa. Just like the fairy in Zelda.
No. Heather Mason was a man?
Okay, so I guess the first thing I should do is see if I can find pictures of these cards online.
Let's go back and save.
Oh, by the way, somehow we dropped 130 frames somewhere. Okay, so where are you now, in the sewer?
Yeah, I just did the hairdryer thing. Lay down, baby.
With the pipe, yeah, okay.
Yeah, look, Sadie's had a high pH in her urine, so we've been testing stuff for that. We don't know what the deal is, but her white blood cell count is normal from her blood work. Has a dog gotten into your room again, dude, or is it barricaded?
Okay, so
Sadie, lay down.
I'm looking for images on Google. The first website that I found is, it looks like a Sliders fan site, and this has pictures of like the artwork cards. So the thing with Hillary Clinton and the female pope, it has that.
Thank God.
The picture of the Cro-Mags attacking the you-know-what, it has that. It has the shark, the giant wasp, the dinosaurs.
And the wasp.
So I don't know if I want to post this now or not. Like, here's something on eBay. It says it looks like a complete set of the 72, the base set, for like $15. I wonder if people are selling the the special ones or not. Oh, okay. Wait. Here's a website. Here's a website that has a checklist. It basically has a checklist for the regular 72 cards in text form. But then it says, okay, so the ones that I thought were lenticular these are foil works. 6 cards, these are foil works, and actually, oh wow, so you put all 6 of these together and they form one complete picture. So we have 1 and 2. It's basically like the top 3 are a Cro-Mag ship over a Cro-Mag city, and then on the bottom there's like these 2 weird Cro-Mags.
Doesn't mention 9/11 though.
No. So then it says MotionWorks lenticular checklist, 2 cards. These are the holographic ones. It only has a picture of the one that we don't have. So yeah, the one that we don't have is the Professor and Rembrandt, and this one is Wade and Quinn. So that's why there's only 2 of those. They have 4 characters, 2 on each card.
These would make great NFTs.
Season 3 special embossed checklist, 9 cards. It doesn't have pictures of all of them. It just has pictures of the first one. And again, I think we have 7, 8, and 9. promo cards checklist? Weird. Wow, one of these things was just on Amazon. You can buy the embossed Season 3 special card number 3 only for $4 plus shipping.
Take my money.
Collection preview, 100% scanned images. Okay, hold on. This site has pictures, but it might just be all 72 of them? No, okay, this site has pictures of all of them. I think, yeah. Okay, I found a site. It's called Last Sticker. It looks like it's a website specifically devoted to swapping stickers and trading cards. And it looks like it has individual pictures of all of the 72 regular cards, plus the special ones, I think. But, there's... Okay, so these Season 3 ones are the embossed ones. They're the ones that are sort of 3D. There's 9 of them. And then there's foil works, which are 6 that form a complete picture of a Cro-Mag city. And then there's just the 2, whatever you call them, MotionWorks lenticular card. All right, let me post. I don't want to post like all of these in chat right now because I know, like, first of all, only Doom probably cares about this, or I don't know, maybe people who didn't see the stream. But just as a preview, let me post to you. This is the image of the MotionWorks lenticular card number 1. This is the one that we did find in our set, and this is supposedly holographic. So supposedly if you looked at this card and you would flip between the 2 characters, Wade and Quinn, but it doesn't seem to work anymore. I don't know if the holographic paint has degraded or what. Also, a new person just came into chat and said, always like to think about this game like the same way it is to have a man inside of you. You feel that, Ratmus?
Totally.
Okay. So yeah, speaking of which, a person came into Zoda's stream last night while they were doing a sprite test and started talking about Zelda and stuff and wanted to talk about the Zelda timeline and how he had a wonderful theory or something, and then he was like, hey, do you have a picture of the timeline? And I said yes, and I gave it to him, and then he took it and he said that he thought that Breath of the Wild happens in all 3 timelines simultaneously at the end, and then he also crossed out Skyward Sword and said that it's so stupid and he hates it so much that it doesn't exist according to him, so he crossed it off the timeline.
And then you're like, you're my best friend now.
No. But then, while I was BRB, apparently he said 2 offensive things, and Zoda purged his chat, and then the guy got mad because he was like, come on, man, you could have just deleted the one message. Why'd you have to delete all of them, man? What the fuck? Or he didn't say what the fuck, but basically I could tell from what he said that he was upset that Zoda had purged all of his messages, even though he said 2 horrible things. The first one was kind of hard to pick up on, but the second one was obvious. Zoda purged him, and then he got mad, and then he immediately left forever, of course, Doom. So, like we said, people come in a chat, they say one thing, they say something offensive, then they leave.
Yeah, some people just get very butthurt about being purged.
Some people get very butthurt about their butts.
I see. Could you lay down for me?
Okay, so for those of you who are watching the stream and didn't click on that link, that was the holographic. Well, it's called a MotionWorks lenticular card.
It's a great name, by the way.
Yeah, you would think. Yeah, and then what was the other person, Doom, who said some stuff and then eventually left because they were offended? All right, so next thing I'm going to post is these are the Foil Works cards. Actually, I almost feel like maybe I should just... you know what? I'll post this on Discord later because it makes more sense if you see all of them at once. And yeah, I'll post this one. This is one of the cards we got. This is the Season 3 special. And what you can't really tell from this picture, but like I said, this is embossed. So when you look at it in real life, it almost looks like it has a 3D effect, like the characters are popping out of the card almost. That's what happens when you look at these cards. Okay, and then I guess as an example, let me see if maybe I could show the stream maybe one of the regular pictures that I was talking about. And I'll post the rest on Discord later. I guess if I'm going to show one on the stream, it'll be the giant shark one. If you want to see any of the other ones, you'll have to check out Discord later. So this is literally just regular card of the regular set, number 57, but it is a drawn card. It's not something that exactly happened in an episode. It's, as I said, the giant shark coming in to get to try and bite the professor, a.k.a. John Rice Davies. There it is, as I described it in all of its glory. But yeah, I guess if you're watching the stream and you want to see all of these sliders cards, just search for the website Last Sticker, Inkworks Sliders Collection, and you'll probably find it. But I will show them later on Discord for people who are named Kodoom. Alright. Well, I guess the only other thing we could do is actually sort through these and see if we have a complete set of 72, but I really need to help Ratmus finish this game, right?
Mm-hmm.
So where are you now?
I'm in the office building. Let's see.
The Hilltop Center office building?
Yeah.
Regular, not other side?
Yeah.
Okay, so have you found the rope?
No.
Alright. So when you get to the office building, exit the room, enter the door beside the red light. Enter the door all the way straight ahead. Enter the door in front of Heather. In this room are a save point and the office building map.
Yeah, that's where I am.
There is some rope in the table drawer in front of the save point. Riddle level easy only.
Yeah, I need the screwdriver.
Okay, get out of this floor through the door with the exit sign at north of the map. Go up the stairs to 5th floor.
There's the map.
Alright, so once we get through the Hilltop Center office building in the other side, then are we almost at the end of
I
this?
believe so, yeah.
Then we should be coming up to the Daisy Apartments
Mm-hmm.
pretty soon after.
Dance all day, motherfucker. So go to the 5th floor.
But by the way, I am RockMan. This is my channel, but that is Ratmus. My brother Ratmus is playing this game right now. This is a new game plus
How's it going?
of Silent Hill 3, trying to get the quote-unquote revenge ending. And we were talking about sliders trading cards, but don't worry about that.
No one worries about. Ooh, nice 2 health kits.
Oh, geez, it's 4:24 already. room. There's a giant fat man, possibly two of them right there.
Cancel merchants. I think it's a trap.
Also a dog attacking you. Think you killed enough enemies?
I believe I have. So,
Alright, are you still trying to get to the 5th floor?
yeah, to meet Bro Man.
He's an
acquired taste.
I'm trying to come up with a synonym. He's a bulky, big-boned gentleman.
It's a cancel merchant. Here's the stairs.
Okay. You really hate the DMV, right, Ratmus?
Mm-hmm.
I had to go to the quote-unquote DMV like back in 2020 during the height of
I did too when the line was fucking insane, and because like I was.
yeah, like I had to get there at like 8 in the morning, and the line was like a block long, and it took like an hour just to get into the building.
I went in like July or something, so it was very freaking hot, and like I was originally gonna go.
I don't remember when I went, but it was raining.
I was originally gonna go, and then they closed the DMV due to COVID stuff, and so like all my stuff was outdated for the frickin' like better license shit. And I'm like, well, fuck that. I think they delayed it like 2 more times.
Yeah. But like, you know, I really wanted to just get it done, so I went through that and I got it done. And all right, so did you make it to the 5th floor?
Yeah. Where am I going?
Well, it says to get the driver from the northwest passage, riddle level normal and above.
That's what I'm doing now.
Katana in the small rectangular room.
I don't care about that.
Okay. Jack in the western room. I'm assuming you need the jack, the driver, and the rope or something.
Mm-hmm.
What's the driver? Is it like a golf club?
Sounds like it.
Is it a weapon?
Music is a weapon.
We all know that. All right, I will kind of start to get these cards organized here. Let's see. I think the best thing to do would be to first, I'm going to make a pile of...
First, I'm going to make a pie.
Well,
Please do.
Cards 1 through 10, you know, the teens, the 20s, and so on, so...
Who here wants some frickin' pie?
Oh, were you at the DMV again, Ratmus?
Yes. I got the jack.
Are you on the jazz?
Tables on the jazz. Check out these wonderful computers.
Wade is card number 69. Nice.
You know, Quack's favorite character, right?
Yes. Zero, 1, 2, 3,
I got the jack. I think
4,
I need the rope.
5.
You said that was up here too, right?
Oh, use the driver on the desk in front of the save point to get the rope. Riddle level normal and above.
Oh, I need the screwdriver.
Oh, that's a screwdriver when it says driver. Okay. Then the screwdriver is in the northeast passage.
Okay, of this floor.
5th floor. 0, 1, 2, 3. See if I can get enough piles here.
Go to the Department of Motor Vehicles and tell everyone to just fuck off. That's a great view.
A sexy view, you might say. You know how there's that.
Katana.
You know how there's that meme of that dinosaur that's like thinking like this.
Yeah.
This almost looked to me like that dinosaur for a second.
It'd be great if it was. Okay, there's the screwdriver. Now we go back down to the 3rd floor for the rope. Just enough to hang ourselves.
Yes.
So this mode too, running into walls, you actually run into the walls.
You sit around the house. You really sit around the house like that bulky guy.
Yes. Go save. That shit's gonna get real. Because it always does.
Meanwhile, Mel Torme has a concert to perform. On this Earth, he's a country western singer on tour with Winona Judd.
Java. Save. So you like making French fries in the air fryer or what?
You like Shitendo?
Oh.
No, I don't. Actually, if I've ever made French fries in there, it was only once. I just haven't done that or gotten them.
Likes doing that shit. Jack it off.
Like for a while, I was making a lot of garlic bread. I have some mushrooms right now that I could make.
Mushrooms.
And as I said, nuggets. Welcome back, Doom. Alright, so you're supposed to use the screwdriver on the desk to get the rope, and then the jack and the rope and the elevator, and climb down to 2nd floor, save point on the vending machine. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah. There's that vending machine. I want some sodas.
Go to the western room, then up to the northwest corner room. Turn the faucet of the out-of-place bathtub.
Take a bath.
Alright, well, so what I'm doing right now, Doom, is I am just taking all of the regular base cards and I'm trying to sort them eventually by basically like 1 through 10, then the teens, the 20s, the 30s, the 40s, and 50s, so I'll just narrow it down, and that will eventually help me to get one of each of the 72, put them in the plastic binder, make sure I have every one of them, at least one copy of each unique card to make sure I have a complete set. Because if not, you know, Inkworks is going to get an angry letter.
We haven't produced anything in 10 years. What the fuck?
card with Hillary and the frickin' Pope is number 59. I'm sure you needed to know that.
Here's the bathtub.
So yeah, on the world where prohibition was never repealed and organized crime families became rich and powerful by bootlegging alcohol, Mel Torme is not only a country western singer, but he also is an informant for the FBI.
It's a fucking narc.
Fucking Mel Torme. Good times. And that actually did happen in an episode. That's not made up at all.
Now we're in the ultimate place.
Alright, you're in the other side of this wonderful place.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, we're getting close to the end here, and hopefully soon, because we're running out of time here. Alright, go to the northwestern L-shaped passage for a save point and a photograph.
Photograph of Mel Torme, the frickin' narc.
Well, I mean, DK is the main one who actually cares about these pictures of these cards and everything. I'm sure Doom cares about the funny ones. So yeah, definitely for DK especially, I'm going to post, again, not every single card, but a lot of the crazy funny ones I will post on Discord later.
Okay, these frickin' enemies.
Probably in the vacation pics, etc. category. Because these are definitely etc. Ratmus, like me, has like a Christmas ornament that says like "Baby's First Christmas" with Ratmus's name on it, and of course I saved that ornament for him so that he could put it on the tree, right, Ratmus?
Mm-hmm.
And then after today, I won't see Ratmus again until New Year's Eve, correct?
Yes. Got the oxytocin.
Okay, and then I want you to go in the hall and ride the elevator to first floor. Get the pork liver from the fridge in the northeast room. That's totally necessary, right?
Yeah.
When this is where you have to read all those fairy tales? Or just the...
last one, if this is that part.
Only the last one you have to read? Man, I can't wait to order my Sliders cap mug and t-shirt from the official Sliders fan club.
Still exists and is as popular as it's ever been.
Just like Inkworks, the company, right?
Yes.
It says Sliders trademark and copyright 1997 Universal Studios Inc. All rights reserved. Licensed by MCA Universal Merchandising Inc. Copyright 1997 Inkworks, Raleigh, North Carolina. A Taco Bell t-shirt, I wish.
Alright, first floor.
Actually, speaking of t-shirts, Doom, I told you that I ordered myself a t-shirt for Christmas. I have it, but I'm going to wash it in the wash, and then I'll probably wear it on Christmas Day. And I think I mentioned to you, Doom, that it is a shirt that you will find interesting. Should I just show you a picture of it now? Damn, son, order 437 t-shirts. You want 437 soft tacos or crunchy tacos?
It's frickin' crunch wraps, bitch.
Oh, The Crunchwrap Supreme. Alright, Doom, check out this awesome t-shirt that I ordered for myself for Christmas. You're going to love it. Half soft, half crunchy. Oh, yeah.
Check the fridge. This guy from the DMV.
Just wanted to talk to you about, getting your real ID renewed, and you killed him.
He's already dead inside.
Thankfully, no, it's not, but I still have 2 more races to do. Well, here's the second season checklist, card number 3. So I think I mentioned, if anyone cares, the first season of Sliders aired May 1995. It was canceled, and it finally came back March 1st of 1996, so almost a full year later. And that season was also a short season, and like most of them, the first and second seasons especially, like I said, heavy executive meddling. They made them in a certain order, and even in the first season, the episodes were supposed to go in a certain order, and the producers or Fox or whoever it was messed up the order on purpose. They didn't care. Exactly, yeah.
Right when that shit happens.
Okay, so did you get the pork liver?
Yeah.
Alright, then it says go to the 5th floor, but then it wants you to read the fairy tale. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But you need the matchbook from the southwest corner room.
Yeah.
Have you got that yet? Or?
No.
Fox, DMV, it's basically the same thing, right?
Matchbox is here.
Matchbox 20?
We got the matches.
Okay. Go to the big rectangular art gallery room at the northeast corner of the map. There's a save point on the wall. And that's where you want to combine the oxycodone, the pork liver, and the matchbook on that painting. I'm sure you remember that, right?
Yeah.
No, I do not. At least I know they're a band. Do you know any songs by them, Ratmus?
If I heard them, I'd probably know, but like offhand, I'm like, oh, that's a Matchbox 20 song. It's like, no.
Do you, Doom? Can you name them without looking up? Or song?
They're the band that one day turned into, Smash Mouth.
I'll just open this YouTube video. Matchbox 20, She's So Mean. Yes, I totally think that. Remember that time Song said that she was wrong?
No.
Spoilers, I do. I was going to say something like if Ratmus had a Matchbox 20 album, then his friend would have stole it, but he never did, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so did you reveal the hidden door or something?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, fairy tale is optional. Go to the northwest corner room, get a silver coin from the table.
Northwest, all the way to the other freaking side.
Yeah, fourth floor, northwest corner room, silver coin from table. We are getting near to where the end of the game is going to be, I believe. I'm pretty sure, guys. And this ending is going to be crazy, right, Ratmus?
Yes. Issues.
Doesn't he have issues? Still not done sorting these cards.
Let me go through this freaking door, asshole.
Just tell me you have a pass.
Pass, asswipe. There's another freaking asshole over here.
How many assholes we got in this game?
Yo. Got a silver coin.
Use the coin on the vending machine to get the life insurance key. Okay, ride the elevator down to first floor. Use the life insurance key on the western door. Can that horrible beeping stop, please?
No, because Dad burned stuff.
Oh, I thought that was in the game.
No. Down to the first floor, okay.
So that is our smoke alarm and he burned something?
Yes.
We are not at a hotel. That smoke alarm is connected to our stupid home security system, right?
Yeah, but it's off, so
Well-
hopefully I don't.
Well, I mean, it's not going to contact a central service place because that doesn't work, but it is going to beep loudly. Like, I could go upstairs and try to figure out what's going on, but I'm scared that Dad's going to start yelling at me.
First floor. It's okay, Sadie. At least she's not barking like she does at
I need
ours.
someone to reset the smoke detector.
Can you do that, buddy?
I'll try.
Doody, doody, doody. That locked area. Sounds like you got it.
I don't think I did anything. Like I canceled the error on the keypad, but the thing was still beeping, and I think it just stopped eventually.
Yeah. I killed the monster.
At least we know the smoke alarm works.
And the smoke alarm works.
Do we know that the smoke alarm works?
From the streets, bitch.
Okay, so where are you now?
On the streets. So go left. Left, my left.
So Dad was cooking what looked like to be one steak and one hamburger on the cast iron skillet, and he said that he got it too hot. Is what he said. So I don't know. The cast iron must have been smoking,
Yeah.
and that's what caused it. So are you outside the office building?
Yeah.
So you're trying to find the Daisy Villa apartment?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Sadie wants to be done with this. You gotta wait.
Hold on, Sadie. I'll find a decent view.
Just look on OBS. I mean, all this says is go out the northern door out of the office building, go into the narrow path left of Heather, and enter the door at the end. Daisy Villa apartment.
Here's that stupid alley.
I have sorted all of the cards, and the card where you can order Sliders gear, the T-shirt, the cap, the mug from the official Sliders fan club. I wanted to count them, and yes, there are 36 of these cards. So every single pack, all 36 of them, had one of these identical frickin' ordering form cards. What a waste of cardboard.
Cast irons, you know, have a long life. That's what. It's
A long, hard life. All right, so we're getting to the end of this.
a letter from a dead wife. I mean, what?
This is the apartments, right? So if you go to room 102. All right, let's see what happens. I'm going to turn up the game audio.
can't even count to 3.
Mom, Dad, listen. Something crazy is going on.
Shut up! What happened?
Well, it's like this. And that's about it.
Who's that hiding in the background?
James Sunderland.
Defeat that. I'm going to Silent Hill, and I'm gonna bust some heads.
Oh, Dad, you're the coolest.
I'm not saying it's aliens, but is this ending canon or what? And yeah, in Silent Hill 2 there was a UFO ending, and this is kind of similar, even though it's called the revenge ending, not the UFO ending.
The first game also had one, I believe. Where he's like, "Where's my child?" What to these aliens, and they just shoot him and like kidnap him.
So aliens just blew up Silent Hill. Whoa, whoa. A Japanese ending song. Sing along, everybody. Let me turn this up. Sadie is so angry she's attacking Ratmus right now to get her the fuck out of here. Come on, all you youngsters, sing the Silent Hill song. This is totally the song that Doom was talking about being in DDR, right, Doom? Well, it should have been in DDR. I hope DK's still lurking. Claudia! What's the deal with that 7-Eleven hoodie?
Doom mentioned that like Yuji is wearing like a 777 hoodie, which is like equivalent to 7-Eleven.
Vincent the dog from Lost?
Where's Luna? Great achievement.
I appreciate the subtitles. Oh yeah. That's why every time I heard Douglas in the game, I was like, why do I remember his name as being Douglas? Douglas. The capture card cut out there for a second.
That happened when you were upstairs.
What the fuck? Yeah, Sadie, we're all hungry for pizza, okay? You gotta wait till this is over. Yes. He's so drunk right now.
Saki's kicking in.
A young mama. This should be like Mill for Death.
Joe Sexy Mill for this.
Joe Sexy Milf Nothing. That font almost reminds me of Star Fox for a second.
They gunned them all down.
It was just a warning shot. Ending type revenge, hard mode, clear time 1 hour 50 minutes, okay.
This is a 6 save on this thing. 75 items.
Alright, well that was a thing that happened, that was amazing. Ratmus beat Silent Hill 3, regular ending, and also the revenge ending, which was one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen on stream, frankly.
32 saves.
You know, almost as beautiful as this sliders card with the Trade Center, so. That's it for RockMan and Ratmus Silent Hill 3. Thank you, DK, for sending us this disc. And that's it for RockMan and Ratmus 2022. We will see you and Sadie, who is pissed, in 2023, hopefully.
Thanks, everyone.
Right, Ratmus?
Yes. I received that too.
That was worth it. We're going to eat some pizza. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Those of you who care about the sliders cards, you will see some stuff posted on Discord later. My next stream will be, I don't even know when, so.
Sadie wants to know. Get me out of here.
I don't know. Bye. Gotta go. Bye.